it's, do you want to daven?
Sure, I don't mind. Unless Mitch wants to.
I've done it once in my life, and that's not.
Once in your life?
You want to make it
No.
twice?
No.
You should yeah. Once is not.
You want to try it? There's not a lot of people.
Not Kabbalah.
Not Kabbalah Shabbat?
Do you want to daven, Marif? You don't have
That's
to.
the easiest one.
Let me try.
Practice.
Because there's only 3 months.
Let me come back in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
We'll practice and then we'll.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay.
Did you get Jonah to sing at the party after we left?
We get him to sing.
Alyssa was saying maybe we should get him to perform.
Well, he's trying to. No, we didn't. He
'Cause he has a nice voice.
He does have a nice voice. He really likes
Who's that?
it. We're trying to get him to
Jonah.
try out for the soup, like that beer company that does like his. He loves singing.
Where is
You
that?
take a local.
It's like a local
Oh,
kid.
okay.
They do like candy juniors. He loves singing and he likes performing in situations where he's like he's kind of like hesitant to try new things sometimes. And so
Wow.
we're trying to push him to try at least try. Like Jonah's like answer if it's a new thing that he doesn't know about is like definitely not. Like that's always his first answer. And then sometimes he likes it, but he needs like
A little push.
a push.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was like
Performing
that.
or being I didn't realize
It's sort of anything, really.
Yeah.
If he doesn't know that he likes it or that he's good at it,
he doesn't
he's
like
like,
trying.
no.
Yeah.
That's so human though,
And then-
isn't it? Like most people.
That's
I
why
don't know.
my son's the way. I said, you can't say no quickly. You know, you say no, we have to wait 5 minutes, right?
I think that's
Yeah.
Think about it, yeah.
It depends though. I feel like some people do want, like Gabriel wants, like he's like a new food. Yeah, let me try it. You know, like
Yeah.
No, I don't know. So I think some people do like jump into things.
I remember when I used to walk home from the train station, I used to force myself to go a different way.
Why?
I don't know, I just felt like
You
I always
felt
go
like
the
you
same
should.
way, and then, okay, you know what, this week I'm going to take a left instead of a right. Just to do something. That may be because
I
I'm
am a
obstinate,
You know,
oppositional.
It's
You
funny.
are oppositional, actually.
Something like that. Right.
But I'm not sure that's an example of it, but yeah.
You know, it's funny. There's a I don't know how famous it is, but there's a memorable essay by William James about free will and whether or not we have free will.
Right.
And his whole thought experiment revolves around whether or not he takes this street home from
Right.
the Harvard Club or this street home.
Right. Yeah, no, I get it. Are we still early? Or
No, it's not.
It's fine?
It's not, yeah.
Oh boy,
Okay.
tempo there, tempo.
Yes, dear, you have to, yeah, you're good. Page 14.
13.
14. We can start on 14. Yadi nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdach el retzonach yarub savdach kemo ayal yiftach el mol hadarach yeraglo yedidutach minofet suf vechol ta'am Adonai el ziv ha'olam nafshi cholat ahavatach ana elna refana la beharot la noam ziva az titchazek v'titrapeh אמור רחמך וחוסנה על בן אוהבך, כי זה כמה נחשף לראות בתפארת עוזך, ענה לי מחמד ליבי חושה, ואל תתעלם, הגלנה אוברס חביב עלי, את סוכת שלומך, תאיר ארץ מכבודך, נגילה ונשמחה בך, מהר אהוב כי במועד, וחנני כי מעולם. היי די 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 די, די 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 די, היי היי די 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 די, היי די 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 לכו נרננה לאדוני, נריע לצור ישענו, נקדמה פנה בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו, כי הגדול עלי, מה הגדול עלי, אשר באמת, כי עלי נמלא, אשר 40 שנה אקוט בדו, ואומר אמתוה לבבכם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, אם יבון אל מנוחתי. שירו לאדוני, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים, כי כל אלוהי העמים אלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, הוד והדר לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו. הבו לאדוני משפחות עמים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, שאו מנחה ובאו לחצרותיו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, כאילו מפניו כל הארץ. אמרו בגויים אדוני מלך, אף תיכון תבל בל תימות. ידין עמים במישרים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ. ירם הים ומלואו יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו אז ירננו כל הצייה לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק וימים באמונתו היי די 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 היי די 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 היי די 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 Page 17 or 51. Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismachu yim rabim anav berafel sevivan tzedek umishpat michon kiso. Yesh no manotam. Shama b'tizma. Or zaru ala tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Simchu salichim baronai v'yodu lezecher kodsho. There's more shul, let him not shul. Give me for the sal shiel yamina. לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, וימים במישרים. Page 19 or 53. אדוני מלאך ירגזו עמים, יושב קרובים תנות הארץ, אדוני בציון גדול, ורמהו על כל העמים. יודו שמך קדוש. ויודו תומס, רמה מונה משתח. ומה שמרה. Rabamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'chal kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Please rise, page 20 or 54. Mizmor leDavid havu l'Adonai bnei lim havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz hay 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 havu l'Adonai kevod shemo l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim Adonai al mayim rabim kol Adonai ba'koach kol Adonai behadar kol Adonai shove arazim vayishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon vayarkidem kemo egel levanon vesir yom kemo v'ra'imim kol Adonai chosev lavotesh kol Adonai yachil midbar yachil Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai yacholel hayalot vayecheso yeharot uvheichalo kulo omer kavod Adonai lama bo yashav vayeshev Adonai melech leolam Adonai oz le'amo yitein Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom Hai dai 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 Hai dai 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 Hai dai 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 Hai dai 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 Anna בכוח, בכוח, גדולת ימינך, ימינך. תתיר צרורה, קבל רינת עמך, סגבנו, טהרנו נורא. ענה בכוח, גדולת ימינך, תתיר צרורה, תתיר צרורה, קבל רינת עמך, סגבנו, טהרנו נורא. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Nagi Bodroshe.
Page 21.
Page 21 or 56. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולקהילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מכוח ברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך, עיר מלוכה, כל מצי מתוך הפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידדי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדון עלייך ימלך. לך דודי, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר על תילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה והיו למשיסה שועשייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על ידיש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני תם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה Page 23 or the bottom of 59. מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי אסור ועלי נבל עלי היגיון בחינוך מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון. צדיקתה המה יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בסבע דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישע אדוני צורי ולא עוולת בו. Adonai malach geud lavesh lavesh noyos hitazor aftikon tevel batimot nachon kesach mikolot mahayim Maim Rabim Adirim Adirim Mishpareyam Mikolot Maim Maim Rabim Adirim Adirim Mishpareyam Adir Bamarom Ay Adir Bamarom Ay Adir Bamarom Adonai Adir Bamarom Ay Adir Bamarom Ay Adir Bamarom Adonai Edotechon Emnum Ha'od Leveit Chana Avakodesh Noila Orech Yamim.
This week we observe the Yartzeichen of Philip Nastrovsky, grandfather of Anna Turkenich, Sidney Cabin, father of Dan Cabin, Walter Plosky, father of David Plosky, Daisa Kazarnovskaya, grandmother of Irina Dinov, Selma Saunders, mother of Barbara Saunders Adams, Pauline Terrans, grandmother of Dan Cabin, Edwin Heron, father of Ginny Heron Lanoyle, Annie Merkin, mother of Merrill Druckerman, and Evelyn Liss, and also Evelyn Liss and Tilly Rauch, who are memorialized on our board. May their memories and the memories of all those whom we recall be blessings. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 24.
462. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yalmad yivra chirotei v'yamlech malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayechon v'Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kariv v'yimru.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olam
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ach v'yitram v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei l'kudisha Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata ta'amiram v'yalma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi Shlam Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Osei Shalom b'mrumav huya say Shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen. Yeshakawach. It's so nice to see all of you. As I was sitting there, I changed about 5 or 6 times what I was going to say. So we'll see. I had a lot of different ideas. And I guess what I settled on was in interpreting Pharaoh's dreams. Hey, Eliana. Welcome home. In interpreting Pharaoh's dreams about the 7 skinny cows and the 7 fat cows and the 7 bad ears and the 7 good ears, Yosef tells Pharaoh some troubling things. And the most troubling, I think, of all of the things that Yosef says is that after the 7 years of plenty, the 7 years of famine are going to be so harsh, that the people are going to forget that there were 7 good years in the first place, that they're going to be right, that they're going to forget that there were 7 good years in the first place. And I think this is among the wisest things, certainly, that Joseph ever says. This is a real danger, and that he wants Pharaoh to know about this. He wants him to know that not only are there going to be 7 good years, 7 bad years, but the 7 bad years are going to be so bad that you're going to forget that they were good. And for this reason, Joseph says, you need to find a nish navon v'chacham, a wise and discerning person. And I've shared this probably before. It's one of my favorite teachings, I think, anywhere. Moshe Chaim Ephraim, the grandson of the Besht, says that what that means, what Yosef is saying is Pharaoh needs to find like a memory expert who can remind people that there were good times, even in very bad times. And this is what it means, right? That you need to sort of reawaken in people that memory. And it's a magnificent teaching. And in the teaching there, Moshe Chaim Ephraim says this is also the reason why when the bad cows eat the good cows, they don't get any better. Because like they've forgotten too, like they don't know how to take nourishment from the world anymore. That's what he said. It's a remarkable teaching, and I think a very true one, and a very deep one, and one that I experience. And I think that we all experience. And I was thinking about it. I always think about that teaching whenever I read Miketz, and I've been thinking about it a lot this year, because of everything, of course, going on in the Jewish world and in the broader world, but especially in the Jewish world. And I was thinking about it in terms of this other moment that happens later in the Parsha where there's famine in Eretz Yisrael too, and the brothers go down to Egypt the first time, and they get some grain from Yosef, and they don't recognize him, he doesn't recognize them. But they tell him that we've got this brother at home, and Yosef takes Shimon captive, actually, which is also relevant and resonant, and he takes him captive, and he says, go back, but don't come back to me without bringing he doesn't say my brother, but without bringing Benjamin, your younger brother, with you. And so anyways, they go back and they finish up the food. And then Yaakov says, basically, on no account are you supposed to send Benjamin back there. He's the last of Rachel, and you can't send him back. And so the brothers, in a variety of ways, try to convince him to send a Yaakov back. Reuben tries and fails. He says a crazy thing that I'll kill my own children if I don't bring him back to you, which is like, those are Yaakov's grandchildren. It's like it's a crazy thing to say, and Yaakov doesn't accept that. And finally, Yehuda does convince him, and I want to share. The first thing I want to share is not really related to my main point, but it is among, I think, the most moving verses in the entire Tanakh. And every year, it almost every year brings me to tears when Yehuda, the way he convinces him, is he just says, Ani e'ervenu, I will be a surety for him. Miyadi tevakshenu, you will get him back from my hand. If I don't return him to you, I will sin before you my entire life. And he says, Dad, I'm going to bring him back. It's a very moving moment. And Yehuda doesn't know that he's going to bring him back. He's trying to save his family. They're dying of hunger. And he's trying to convince his father that he's going to bring him back. And he says, Dad, trust me. I'm going to bring him back to you. It's an incredible line. It's incredible. It's full of so much pathos, I think. Really, it almost moves me to tears every time I read it. Anyways, the next thing he says is, we're going to go down there, and we're going to get some food. And he says, Nichye velo, actually he says it beforehand. Then he says that line. But right before that, he says, we're going to go down there. For my drasha, it's better if he says it after. And he's going to go down there. We're going to get some food. And he's going to say, Nichye velo namut. We're going to live, and we will not die. And I'll say, I actually don't know if this is like a real thing, but the rabbis should do a thing. Like, what do you mean? If I die, don't I know that I will live? If I don't die, don't I know that means I'm going to live? Why does it say I'm going to live and I'm not going to die? Right? Those are, right? If I'm living, I'm not dying. And if I'm dying, I'm not living. So you don't need both. But you do, because they're different things. There's a different thing between not dying and living. Those are two different things. Surviving and living are like two different things. And another thing that I've been thinking about a lot, I've said this too, I think, over the last several months somewhere, that it's not for nothing that Jews make a l'chaim whenever they make a toast, like regardless of what's going on, they make a l'chaim. Because we're supposed to live our lives, and we're supposed to remember good things. And the last thing I want to share, and I'm sure you've experienced this in the Jewish world, is that there's a conversation that we all have like 1,000,000 times when people say the normal things. People say, "How are you?" And you say, "Well, I'm okay, I'm good," except but the world is terrible, and there's all this stuff, and it's heavy. And all of that is true. All of that is true. And I'm not saying you can't say that. And I say that all the time. I say that all the time. But I also want to say, and I can't really argue for this. It's just a feeling. I believe it. I don't think you have to say that every time. Like I'm okay, but the world is terrible. If you don't want to. And just saying I'm doing well doesn't mean that you don't also know that the world is not doing well. That doesn't mean that. And it's true that the world is in many ways awful. But the world is in also many ways wonderful. And I think part of what Yehuda is saying to Dad is okay, lo namut, we're not going to die. But also nichya, we're also going to live. And I don't know why it's okay to say, hey, I'm doing well when the world is not doing well. And I don't know why it's okay to say, with a full, it's so wonderful to see all of you. And it's so wonderful to be here. Even though not everyone can be, and even though there's horrible things going on in the Jewish world and in other places in the world. I don't know why that's okay. I don't have an argument for you about why that's okay. But I believe it's okay.
Maybe because you have to live.
What's that? Yeah. So I hope that we all have the wisdom that Yosef has when he tells Pharaoh, you have to remember that there's good times too. And I hope we have the wisdom that Yehuda has when he tells Dad, yeah, we're going to come back and we're gonna we're not gonna die. We're also gonna live. We'll continue with Baruch Hu on page 28. Please rise. Page 64. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amevorach. Baruch Adonai Amevorach leolam vahed. Baruch Adonai Chol Mishrim. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavir ben yom umeila Adonai tzevot shemo el chai v'kayam tamim chaleinu leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamari v'aravim avat olam beit Yisrael amcha. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'em nege yomam v'layla ve'avatecha v'zir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shibtecha b'beitecha u'b'lechtecha b'derech ובשוכבך ובקומך ושרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך וים שמות ישמע לשם Adonai Elohim Amen. 32 or 70. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה ושמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך נהלים אדוני מי כמוך Gal Yisrael, Ashkivenu, Adonai Shalom, Amiden Malkein Lechaim, Uversalem. Ushmor Tzeitenu Voenu Lechaim Shalom Yatavi Adolam, Uversalenu Sugat Shalomecha, Baruch Adonai, Habore Sugat Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. Please rise, 3474. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית העולם. היי 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 ביני ובין בני ישראל הותיר לעולם. היי היי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש יגדע ויגדע שמי רבה ועמד יברא גאולתו וימליך מלכותו בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמי יברך וישתבח ויפרח דרם וינשא וידע וידע לוידע לשמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה בנחם עתה מהירן בעלמה ואמרו amen. 76 or 35. 47 or 89. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויגדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור ונורא אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ מגן אבות בדברו מחיים מתים במאמרו האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו המניח למו ביום שבת קודשו כי בם רצה להניח להם לפניו נבוא מירה בפחד נודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומבורך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמדו שני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו רוצה במנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך ותאר ליבנו לעבדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת יקרא ויקרא שמי רבה ועמד יברא קירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכם ימליכם חייך בישראל בגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתברך ויתברך מנסה ויתדע ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודשה ברכו לילה מכל ברכתה ושולייתה תשפחתה ונחמתה דמירה בעלמה ואמרו אמן תקבל צודן ודון דחו ישראל קודם ושמיה ואמרו אמן ישרו מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ברכו ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. Kiddush is page 49 or 93. Does someone want to make Kiddush? בבקשה.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, Shabbat kodsho be'ava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tzion Mitzrayim, ki banu b'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat, shekawach, aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוסף ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא ששמיים ויסד הרי משפיק אבל בשמיים. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד Echad. Page 52 or 101 is Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbav. Be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'galau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata b'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom imromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Yasher koch to Derek for Kabbalat Shabbat and to Shane for Kiddush. Good Shabbos again. We don't have a Kiddush sponsor this week, but we are always looking for people to sponsor Kiddush. Please contact Andrew Rothberg to volunteer for more information on the subject of sponsoring Kiddush. I just want to and add one announcement. I want to extend a Yasher Koch and Mazal Tov to John Casper, who was named the Volunteer Firefighter of the Year recently. And I also want to let you know that the board is sponsoring a Kiddush in your honor, in honor of that, to be at a date to be determined. So Mamash Mazal Tov and Yasher Koch on a richly deserved honor. And thank you for everything you do for the community and for PJC. Adult Ed continues Tuesday 4:30 to 6 and Wednesday at noon, and then we'll take a break at the end of the month, and then we'll restart, figure out what we're doing in January. Next First Friday dinner is January 5th, so please be on the lookout for that. Contact Emily Pauley if you have any questions. Dinner for young kids at 5:30, services at 6, followed by a dinner for everyone at 7. And please RSVP by Monday, January 1st to receive the reduced price. Adult 15, child 7, toddler free.
And if you're going away on vacation, please RSVP now.
Yes, and registration after that will be adult 18 and child 9, but toddlers will still be free. So please get the early bird, and of course, cost is always no one's ever turned away because of cost. So please come to that. The next book club meeting is Sunday, January 7th. They are reading The Perfect Enemy, which is a thriller. Please contact Barbara Saunders Adams about that. A day of crafting with the PJC and PJ Library Grandparent Group is Sunday, January 14th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Grandparents, parents, and children are invited to spend time together making crafts. Register with Marcy Cohen at the PJ Library Grandparent Connector, or contact Emily Pauley. We are finally, we're going to Israel, July 1st through July 9th, 2024. As I said, we've been stuck on 33 for a long time, but let's get to 35, or 34 even. So please contact Adam Gerber if you're interested in joining the trip. There's space on the bus. Any other announcements? Yigdal is on page 53. Yigdal Elohim Chai V'yishtabach Nimtza V'heinei Del Mitziyuto Echad V'hin Yachid Yechudo Nelam V'gam Ein Sof Le'achduto Hein Lo Demota Guf Ein No Guf Lo Naharo Chelav Kedushato Gadmon Lechol Davar Asher Nivra Rishon V'hein Reishi L'Reishito Hino Adon Olam V'chol Notzor Yorei Gedulato Malchuto Shefa Nevuato Netano El Anshe Segulato V'tifarto
לא קם בישראל כמשה עוד, נביא הוא מביט את תמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמואל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו, לא יחליפה אלה ולא ימיר דעתו, לעולמים לזולתו, צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו, גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רק רשתו, ישלח לקץ ימים משיחנו, לפתור מחכה קץ ישועתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, Baruch Hadead Shem Dehilato. Good Shabbos. I should have invited you to make the announcements. You're the ranking. You're the ranking board member here.
Nice to see you up.
It's nice to see you.
I go back.
Hey, you're the man either way. How many years
Why? Because it's dangerous.
Wasn't that the name of one of the admirals in the war? I just got signed by someone. I never wanted to see him leave.
Yeah, I need to make my mind,
To go local,
Nobody's scheduled.
Good to see you. On your feet.
no
more weekly fish. Yeah.
How's your family?
Oh.
Is that because you doesn't have? This is because
Finally given up, huh? Finally given up. It's a little gassy. Something that doesn't know what
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
So I looked up. Yes, I feel very excited. But I looked up, he's like, so your daughter's back, yes. Because it really
You look good, that's not like it.
Actually, I was fine, I was fine today, like yesterday. Okay, it's not fine.
No, I had ankle fusion.
I don't know what the hell is wrong with
It's a bit. You know what, you gotta know better. You'll put your. No, I'm not. Know better.
It's on the end of a, and then you say it's not covered.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You just have to.
I didn't know you were saying. So I looked up and then I saw that.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you. George, hello.
So he taught a course. He world is every world is that. I took 3 courses with him. So I got I looked up, he taught. So he taught a course. And I found a course. I'm saying now, someone just said, he's where he was talking about causes, people should be. Coming down Forest so you know, as soon as you, now before you get to my driveway, you know my wood store. So as you're driving, you'll see, you know my woods, I have like, so right, you see where a property like this, you see a rock. There's a rock in the grid, so when we're invited, 5 people persons down there, there's a rock in the grid. That's kind of I'll see it. If you look, I'll see it. You see a tree, you see a pile of wood. This time they invited a couple hundred people. And it was very moving, singing. They had some people that had gone there, that had candors, but they had a couple of students talk about what is going on in education. One of them was Israeli, and some other people. Another was Israeli, they talked to them, and listened to them. Another one who had just graduated is now working on some pieces program. For him, I talked to him, and she talked about she was one of Harvard Hill, how difficult it is, and what they put up with. Of course, including the classroom. I said, finally, if students are starting to act up in the classroom, the discipline, which they should, you want to bring it in the faces, but they bring it in the classroom. They're waiting on you.
How are things in the library?
That's a good way to think about it.
Oh my God!
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, if somebody was on there yelling that all the blacks should be lynched, they'd be thrown out in 5 minutes. This isn't really that different. All the Jews believe in genocide. The Jews deserve to die. So, a friend of mine, we went into that, was kind of funny.
Hey, Hart.
He went to Cornell. Yeah, so he said, I want to have lunch with you. You're the one I want to talk to about the craziness going on at our alma mater. So a few weeks ago, so we were talking, and I was saying, and then some students are claiming we didn't know the position or what we were going to do. So he had a great line, something like, yeah, I belong to the Palestinian Solidarity Group for the destruction of Israel.
They're not. And I know her son's in the army, and so it's like, so when you say, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, with the person on the other end, and they have to live.
I feel bad for us because.
I was talking, I was talking to an Israeli, I was also sitting with an Israeli friend today, and it was a very, I mean, we did the thing, we were like, oh, the world is terrible. He did it too, but like actually he's doing okay, like, you know what I mean, like he's.
Well, I didn't hear it, so Darren just told me.
I don't know if I.
The three officers, friendly fires.
I thought they were red.
had the black city council. So, well, we've got other parties down in I'm sorry, you're right, color.
I'm not sure what I said was right. I mean, I really.
No, I know, I
And they accidentally said the initiative, but now the others aren't allowed. I mean, what are these people thinking?
Right.
I think it.
We need safe space?
Look, I remember,
Right.
I remember, and I think this is somewhat of religious, like a parade or everything.
But you make a good point. My reaction when Gay was at Cairo, my brother had the same reaction you did, is that maybe she's gotten smarter and she'd be more sensitive.
Her response was, yeah, but the miracle people that we make on the train.
That's the story. That was the.
To me, it was
That was a miracle, that was a miracle.
Yeah. And she's,
So,
you know, to me,
right, I mean, I think that's kind of.
it's not like this was in the vacuum.
I don't know,
All
and
three of
some
these
people are also
presidents
built that.
had already
Some
done.
people, like, and I'm not, I mean, like, some, no, I mean, some people,
Just like they.
some just sort of have
It's
that,
not like they had a good record in
Positive when you say
well, sort of
something.
like this, and, you know, and.
Do I come across as light?
No, I mean, you come across as deep and thoughtful and reflective, which,
Well, you knew it. You may have mentioned that.
I know, I didn't say you don't come across as optimistic, I mean, I wouldn't,
Yeah, I'm more of a,
you come across as introspective and serious, to me.
That's a really interesting question. Yeah, the Pink Floyd, yeah.
He's the same guy saying, oh, we should, should be in Ukraine.
But he's been out there with Holocaust denial and anti-Semitism.
Exactly, so he's like, so.
And they had that Palestinian literary thing with all these
That's what I'm
anti-Semitism.
saying, so the big thing, and there met like many people like him speak, but then other people, which is fine if you want to do that, but then they censor the other side, okay, they really want to speak. It's like, you have to, either you're gonna let everyone speak, or, I mean.
And if you're gonna speak out about Black Lives Matter and what happened,
Yeah. Sure.
you have to speak out on everything. Don't say, well, we don't take positions when you do take some positions.
Right, exactly.
And it's gonna be interesting because it may affect people applying, certainly it already affected the donations. Melanie and I were kidding, let's let all the Palestinian donors pick up the slack.
Yeah.
No, right away people say, well, upset, well, these Jewish donors, they shouldn't be able to affect things. Fine, then, well, long ago, I think I said to you, I long ago stopped giving money to Harvard other than the Hillel and the Judaica collection. Because some of this money goes to scholarships to these idiots. $50 billion, total Harvard endowment is over $50 billion.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy, yeah.
I mean, I know that's across all schools,
No,
and I think the biggest undergraduate endowment is actually at Princeton, but,
That's gonna be fired. She's just,
oh, yeah.
she's just,
She was dean of Stanford Law School. Then she was the provost at, junior science. I mean, just,
yeah.
it was big on the First Amendment. But also, did you see that the same law firm advised all three presidents? Wilbraham?
Yeah.
And I just like, don't hire these guys, but they were apparently sitting right in the front row.
Oh, really good to see you
I would
guys.
tap and said, let's take a break, and honestly, something.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat
It's
shalom.
good to see you, it's been a little while.
Thank you,
I've
yeah.
seen you, Boris. It's good to see you. Things are good.
Yeah. We're just talking about.
We went to Harvard Law School, where you